What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here and for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this reality chat. Listen, Tisha from Love and Marriage Huntsville, I'm just like completely done with this chick because she really has a lot of nerve. And I hate to say it, but Gumby, better known as her husband, Marsau, he is right about her. And as much as I don't like to see a man disrespect their wife, or disrespect any woman for that matter, I definitely feel like I understand why he can't stand being around her now. I couldn't stand to be around him either, so that's not a prize for him or giving him a trophy in any way, shape, or form. But he's ridiculous, but she is as well. And so I kind of get why the two of them are together because they have some similarities, of course, but he definitely saw a mark. He saw someone that he could manipulate and control and use for his benefit. Yeah, you know, she got some kids out of it and whatever and felt like she had the safety and sanctity of holy matrimony that she loves to try to throw in people's face to talk about how many years they have been together. But she really is ridiculous. She is arrogant, which is really strange. I'm not saying that she shouldn't have confidence. Everyone should have a level of confidence. But she's extremely arrogant. And she really does not take accountability. And that's one thing I cannot stand. I want to play this clip from the most recent episode because I was sitting there watching it and I was like, this girl really is ridiculous. And as much as some people may not care for Stormy, I really could understand at that moment in time how Stormy could have not, I'm not saying she should have conducted herself in a violent way, but I actually would not have had an issue if she just shook her to say, girl, what the F are you talking about right now?
So, did he go to Vegas with you?
He did not. They all went to Colombia.
What made them go to Colombia? That's like the brothel place.
Is it?
Yeah, it be like prostitutes everywhere. Yeah, Google it. That's where they go.
They be in Vegas too like that.
I'm trying to tell you. Google.
Well, they said they had a good time.
I said they did.
Me and Marsau, we're two adults and we know how to behave ourselves. And we're out having a good time. We're enjoying life. Maybe you need to get out the warehouse and have a little fun. How's Courtney?
He good.
He's still upset.
He wasn't ever upset. Courtney is the kind of person like, you know, Marsau will play. Courtney ain't playing like that.
Marsau is a big joker.
We weren't joking.
Yeah.
We were in a heated, situation.
Right.
You know, that's kind of different. A lot of men ain't about them games. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like Courtney ain't one of them.
He just needs some time.
He kind of let stuff roll off. I know before the whole town hall, we was talking about doing like a double date. I think we should still do it though.
Okay.
I think we should do it. I think it's gonna be good.
You gonna tell Courtney ahead of time?
I'm gonna tell him. Let him know. You know, we done had some time. He done,
Okay.
let it roll off. We should find somewhere to go though. Okay. How's stuff with the kids?
Their hairline is doing great.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff about the website done came back around.
I know. My focus has been on Scott Realty and Scope. So I was not as hands-on as I should have been. You know what? At the end of the day, that's my team's fault because we should have caught that. My assistant said she read through everything, but apparently she didn't. I called the website designer, and then he was like, oh, my bad. He corrected it. But it was a mistake, he said. So... But they said you want something done the right way, you have to do it yourself.
You gonna apologize to me too?
For what?
No, seriously, I
had to apologize to you.
I had people like making videos, about it, throwing my brand under the bus, saying we in cahoots. Like it was a lot.
Haters are gonna just be haters. I didn't create the website. I paid somebody to do the website. An apology? Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We all entitled for a mistake. He made a mistake. I told him I was upset about it, and I probably won't use his service again. But
I think as a CEO and as a business person, we want to put the blame on somebody else. But at the end of the day, it truly just falls on us, to keep making small mistakes, like not proofreading your websites. It can easily turn into a big mistake. You could have still called me and like, hey, girl, like I saw
I was calling him because of him now.
But still, you could have called me.
You could have called me.
I did call you first. Did you? I did.
What you say?
The stuff about the website, you know what's happening. You know there's going to be a thing. It was a bad look for you.
It wasn't a bad look for me. It was a bad... No, it wasn't. It wasn't a bad look.
Even the fact that the girls' launch became overshadowed.
Yeah.
By
got a lot of sales off of it, so at the end of the day, it still worked out for them.
This is definitely changes how I perceive Tisha. Here I am. I can make this a big deal, and I'm giving so much grace. And you can't even acknowledge that this was not a good look and apologize for that? I don't know what to say.
I got a lot of people that just don't like me. But
we're in the same boat. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it was a bad look, like, for me, for you.
Yeah.
Like, because the same amount of hate you got for it, in that same instance, I did too.
I apologize to you about that because I had no idea. I just didn't know. I didn't know.
Okay, we're getting somewhere after I had to damn near drive her there. So, yay.
Okay, girl, let's grab this heat ball.
Let's go.
I'm packing here.
I'm big enough to let an isolated moment be an isolated moment. I got my eye on you. But hey, we were talking about this double date. Let's see if this makes things better. Because I ain't gonna give up on you just yet, but come out on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some type of soft opening or something.
I like it when it's like in the build out stage.
Yeah.
Though. And then you see it come together.
Yeah,
that's like a vibe. Black girl magic.
Black girl magic, girl.
Black girl delusion. Just to sit there and to hear, first of all, Stormy brought up the fact that, she didn't bring it up, actually. Tisha was the one that brought up the fact that Tisha's husband, Gumby, went on a guy's trip to Colombia, and it was during the time of their wedding anniversary, but the nigga couldn't renew their vows at a Las Vegas chapel on their 15-year wedding anniversary, which it was just like, big deal. You're already married. It's not like you all have been dating for 15 years and you got ambushed to walk down the aisle to make it official. You're already married. So who freaking cares if you renew your vows? But anyway, he goes to Colombia. What is in Colombia for a man to just decide, yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go with the guys to Colombia. Not Colombia, South Carolina, or, some city, Colombia, in a state in the United States, the country of Colombia. So it's just like now Tisha's just wild, fancy, and free. And yeah, we do our own thing. We're just enjoying life. I'm going to Vegas with my girls and he's going to... This is not her. I wouldn't say this isn't him because we know he goes to other countries and continents without his wife and his children, without his family. We know that he does that. Okay. So that's not uncommon for him. But for her to make it seem like they've just always had this relationship where she goes and travels and does her own thing with her girls and he goes with the guys and we're just living life and we are confident in each other and in ourselves and we're just so sure of our relationship where please, this woman has been a stay-at-home mom, still is a stay-at-home mom, just tries to dress it up, has different hairstyles and in every other scene on the show and now has a stylist and a makeup artist. This was not her in the very beginning. And I know, I get it. When you're on these shows and then you start making the money, then you're able to level up your looks and, do the different things that you do in order to impress the viewers so that you don't come across as looking homely or whatever like you did in the first season. And I'm not even speaking anything negative about her because I actually was like, oh, it's cool. This is a darker skinned woman. She's wearing her natural, hair, whether it's blown out, pressed, relaxed, I don't know, whatever. And she sounds very unsure of herself. She sounds, like she is just trying to walk on eggshells for her husband or whatever. But now you're trying to come across as this confident, cool businesswoman or whatever. So people can say whatever they want to say and say everything ain't about Melody. But I'm sorry, this woman is definitely trying to emulate what Melody has been already doing from the very moment that we have seen her on the show. Okay. So now her having the nerve to tell Stormy that she's like not going to apologize for something that her web designer did. I have said it before, repeating it now. She has to give him the content to put on the website. And she either wrote it out herself or she gave him the websites to go to look at to copy. I have about 9 different websites. I have several businesses and, some of them are just dormant right now. And I have a few that are extremely active. Everything that is on my websites, I had to give my website creators the information, the content, the images, the videos to place. Yes, they do the coding and they do all of the other different things because I'm not a tech person, but I have literally taken a sheet of paper and drawn out the way I would like my website to look on certain websites that I have. Okay. So she's just full of it. She's lazy. She takes zero accountability. She's arrogant. She's talking about she's not going to take accountability for what someone else did. And Stormy was right. Stormy said, as the owner of the business, yeah, you want to be able to blame other people for things. But honestly, even if it is someone else's fault, it ultimately comes back to you because you are the owner of the business. So for her to sit there and say, well, it amounted in a sale, so in the end, it all worked out. How many sales, and was that really worth it for you to have this name and the stigma that's just going to stick with you for who knows how long? And then but just in the last episode, she's talking about stepping back and just being a stay-at-home mom. And now in this scene, in this most recent episode, she's showing off her new office and all of this other stuff and talking about how how the kids' hair product line is doing and all of this other stuff. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that Stormy actually helped her to get her products white labeled because that's all it really is. She didn't create any products, or children didn't create products. They're white label. I wouldn't doubt that Stormy gave her the avenues to go to. Okay, you go to these different companies, you check them out, you get samples from here, you get samples from there, blah, 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 blah. This is the company I use for my bottles and my labels and, for my packaging of my products and whatnot. So I wouldn't doubt that. It just all makes sense because why out of everything, this is the one thing that Tisha copied, which was the return policy from the website. Please. So anyway, I just feel that Letitia is delusional. She is extremely arrogant and she really does not take any accountability. So her husband was right when he said that, but he doesn't take accountability either. So they have that in common. And it is funny when people who have those attributes, they can call someone else out, but they really can't call themselves out. But I could see and understand why Stormy would be getting upset with her at that moment in time, because it's like, girl, I'm trying to give you an out. And then when Stormy told her how she was getting flack and people were coming at her about it and whatever, and then she said, well, I'm sorry if it affected you in that way because I didn't know. Not just apologizing for doing it, because again, she didn't take any accountability. I just can't stand people like that. And so I'm just over her 100% in every single way. And I tried to give her grace and the benefit of the doubt over the past several seasons, because in one way, at one point in time, I did feel a little bit bad for her when it came to the way I felt like she was being treated in her marriage and her relationship, but she accepts that. And two, when I saw how she was with Melody, when she pretty much has copied Melody, and I feel that Melody actually tried to help her out in the very beginning, I just don't see it for people like that, because people like that, in my personal opinion, they can be dangerous. I'm not saying all of them are dangerous, but they can be dangerous. It depends on the level of power that they're able to obtain for them to become dangerous. But people like that who have been helped out And then when they feel like they get to a certain point where they don't need your help anymore, then they will try to, if they can't, step on you, step over you, and don't give you any type of credit or any type of, thanks or whatever. And they actually try to tear you down. That is disgusting and despicable, and I can't stand it. I've experienced it in my own life, and I know how that feels. I know what that looks like, and that is Letitia with her BBL. I mean, I'm sorry. I just can't stand the sound of her, the look of her. She feels that because her looks have up-leveled somewhat, she's got a regular hairstylist and a makeup artist and a stylist for her clothing, and now she's wearing heels and, and cut off booty shorts and showing off her midriff and showing the the chesticles and, oh Lord, I was about to say testicles. Oh my gosh. Listen, guys, it's early when I'm recording this, so anyways, yeah, I just don't see it for her in any way, shape, or form. And for her to say, well, people just don't like me. Have you ever really stopped to think about why people don't like you? Don't come at us with the colorism thing. I'm darker skin and Melody's lighter skin. No, it's your actions, because there's a number of people that don't care for Melody either. And people have their reasons for whatever. But when it comes to Letitia, the bottom line is she makes herself unlikable. It's not about the speech impediment. It's not even about her mom, because she, I feel, has some similarities to her mother, but ultimately she is her own person. So people can't not like her because they don't like her mom. I mean, they don't like her because they don't like her, and they don't like things that she has said and done and is doing. And she just continues in this vein. It is hard to root for someone like that. So I feel, in my personal opinion, that people who root for Tisha just are down for her no matter what, because they're like, that's my family, or I knew her since back in the day. Or it's the flip side of the coin, and it's people who just don't like Melody whatsoever, and they feel that Melody is the antithesis of Tisha. So because they don't like Melody, they're going to rock with Tisha because they feel that she's the underdog. That's all I see, because her own husband doesn't even like her. Okay, let's just be honest. So anyway, guys, I just had to talk about that because she pissed me off. I don't care how offensive Stormy can be or whatever. Ultimately, she copied this woman's business situation and then had the nerve to say she's not going to apologize for anything. It's ridiculous. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Guys, thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.